So this is on the weekend flying the Astir. It's my fourth flight in a single seat glider. And yeah, tow with the plane there, I've got off at about 1,500 feet. So thermaling now, and I realised I couldn't get the undercarriage up. So I was thinking about radioing then, but then I decided actually it was better if I just concentrated on getting high so I had more time to do things, and maybe they'd be able to help me figure out what was wrong over the radio. So yeah, I just concentrated on getting up, and since I didn't get the thermal straight off tow, I had to search around a little bit. But yeah, soon enough I was at base, and at that point I radioed and someone told me it was already down, and they suggested I just leave it as it was. So I thought, okay, I'll just go flying, and I flew a little slower. I was typically doing about 60 knots, which isn't a bad speed for the Astir anyway, because it's more efficient then. But yeah, I guess it's a bit noisy, but I didn't notice that. But I assumed that if I went fast, I'd lose a bit on glide. So given that the gear was down all day, I thought might as well make the most of it, because if I land, I don't know if I'm going to be able to use the aircraft again. So yeah, this is a bit of a review of the Insta 360 1X camera, which a friend Ben Webb lent to me. So I've got it sticking into the back there, and yeah, on a pole, and it seems like it has trouble joining the image there. I think it's partly because maybe the reflections of the canopy make it a bit confused, but that doesn't really matter. But the main thing is the editing process is quite time consuming, and what I've done is I've held the little button in which makes it point whichever way I want while it plays the whole video, and it's only doing it at about half speed. So for a 3-minute clip it takes quite a long time, and your thumb thinks it's going to push through the phone screen or slide off the screen or something. But anyway, it worked, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, you can sort of see clouds forming and dissipating, I suppose. It gives you a feel for what the flying's like. Anyway, yeah, this is on to the next clip, and this is the longest clip. I left it running for, it would have been, well, it was 5 minutes, so I think that's, yeah, 2.5 hours airtime. I just wanted to see if my phone would handle a large file, and it actually makes 2 files on the phone. I didn't realise, it took me a little while to figure that out. So they're each about 2.5 gig and exported to a 1 gig file. And for this clip, I did because there's 3 ways you can frame it, like which way you want to point the 360-degree camera. So I did the AI one, the smart framing or whatever it is, and I just pointed some at the cockpit at the start, and the rest of it I'm not really sure how it figures out which way to point. So I just let it run, and I chopped out a few bits which were just pointing back like this. Anyway, yeah, it's some usable footage and not too much time mucking around with it, but I think I might just go with a camera that points forward. It just makes it a bit easier. It's kind of cool being able to point where you want to, but on the other hand, it takes a lot of time and it's a bit fiddly. And then the other thing is my Wi-Fi, for some reason on my mobile phone, does not see the Wi-Fi of the Insta camera, so I have to transfer it manually by taking out SD cards and stuff, and it's pretty time consuming, and then I'm saving files and saving them back to the SD card and then putting them on the computer and all this mucking around. Could do it by the internet, but that probably takes just as long. Anyway, so after getting pretty high and checking out Mum's place, I took a photo. Here I got pretty low and I was stressing out. I think you might be able to see the altimeter when we pause. Am I in the right spot of the video? I can't see where we are now. Yeah, so we've already gone past it, I think. So yeah, at that Gordon Brook Dam bit, I got under 5,000 feet, and it was a bit sketchy because there was quite a lot of headwind to push back, and you can see how blue it is now. But I saw Steve returning underneath me, releasing ballast on his final glide, coming back from the north. So I thought, oh well, at least I'm in the ballpark, and yeah, I got back up. But that was the lowest I've got, the closest I've been to not getting back. But a bit of time for some fun here. And yeah, I've still got the landing gear down. Not sure if we'll be able to fix that or not. You can't get it up and you can't get it down, I guess. try some wingovers. Oh, negative G's there. I don't know how to do this. Real time. Total energy compensation, but that was cool. So doing my bus check, laps, not fitted, undercarriage is down and fixed like the placard. Speed 55 knots, and I'll for that. And we'll just enter on 16. Road traffic, glider, kilo Yankee, joining right, downwind for glider strip 16 right. I didn't touch anything with the sound on this video, it's not me that put it out of sync. So 55 knots, that's good speed, angle quite high. On a runway though. They actually checked the next before too. Yeah, it's right, 10-10. So it'll be a little wider. Speed's 55, that's good. Haven't lost much height. So in gliding, we're pretty religious about our circuits. The idea is to check out for hazards on the runway and watch for air traffic as well, and keep a steady speed. 55, angle good. So at this point, if we're too low, we can get a bit closer to the runway, but we don't use the air brakes until later. So we're opposite the threshold now, more or less. On guide, I'd say. Big bumps here, got to keep my speed up. Classic, normal. Oh, landing's a bit stressful, isn't it? Super high, bringing the air brakes out. In hindsight, I could have held off on the air brakes. They work pretty effectively, so I could have used them later on and had less of a ground roll. Speed's a bit fast. Speed's still a bit fast. Angle's way too high. Speed too slow. Brakes away. And good. Brakes away a bit, 55. Make sure I'm close in. Lined up with the runway. Speed's good. Jeez, it's a bit bump. Holding off. Too much. Too much. Here we go again. Rudder. Kind of forgot to pull full air brake on the ground roll as well. Oh, drag the aileron a bit there. Alright, survived. So not the best landing, but it could be a lot worse. And yeah, I really want to practice these and get them perfect for outlandings because cross country is coming soon.